hello, and welcome to another exciting episode of Divas of the Round Table. I'm Ladybug, one third of Divas of the Round Table. This is SpicyRedd, and today, we have Miss Latanya Maynard. Is the founder of Know Your Worth Ministries and the visionary behind Know Your Apparel and Accessories. Know Your Worth Apparel is an all-season fashion apparel line for children, women, and men. Know Your Worth Apparel has been in business for 8 years and continues to influence people here in America and internationally. Know Your Worth Apparel overall mission is to create clothing that seeks to affirm the self-worth of men, women, and children. Latanya entry into the fashion world in 2022 marked a significant milestone with the Bring 'Em Out of Duval fashion show in Jacksonville, Florida, founded by Lynn Moore and being resound success, which propelled Latanya to grace additional fashion stages in Jacksonville and Panama City, Florida, Georgia, and the Bahamas with the Know Your Worth Apparel brand. Latanya influence extends beyond the realms of fashion. She has spoken to students engaged with the Boys and Girls Club in Jacksonville, Florida. She has also participated in various women empowerment events in Florida, Georgia, and the Bahamas. Featured in numerous global publications and radio shows, Latanya's voice resonates as a beacon of empowerment. For those seeking fashion wisdom, Latanya offers a practical tips. Invest in a versatile wardrobe, experiment with styles and colors, declutter what no longer resonates, and seek the guidance of a personal stylist if needed. Her overarching message remains steadfast. When you look good, you feel good. So, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Latanya Maynard. Let's give her a hand. We thank her. So when I thought about Latanya, I met her years ago. I don't know how who I met her through, but she has a personality that is infectious. It's always happy. It's always joyous. It's always positive, and it's always be it together. Let's get that straight. She's always be it together. So when I thought about her, I thought about brains, beauty, and a brand. So just tell us about your upbringing, because I know you're from the Bahamas. So tell us about the Bahamas to here.
Absolutely. So I am from Eleuthera, Bahamas. Most people don't know of Eleuthera because it is a small island within the Bahamas. The Bahamas have 700 islands and
wow.
Keys. Yes. Some of the keys are uninhabited, meaning it's not livable.
Okay.
But yes, that's why sometimes you may see me say on Facebook, Eleuthera Beauty, because I am from Eleuthera. But I came to Jacksonville, Florida in 1997. I got a full scholarship to Edward Waters College, which is now Edward Waters University.
All right.
And I've never left. I completed college and stayed here. It was rough in college. We could talk about that a little bit so that I can encourage people from that standpoint, because there was a time when I wanted to go back to the Bahamas during my sophomore year because it was rough.
Mm-hmm.
But my mother prayed for me to stay, and I'm actually glad that I did, because Jacksonville is like my second home.
Yes.
So yeah. And then of course, I got into Know Your Worth, and y'all can ask me questions about that, and we'll talk about what inspired me to do this brand that I love so dearly.
So let's talk about it. How, from the Bahamas, how did you even find out about EWU? How did you even find out about Edward Waters University?
So listen, let me tell you something. When I say there is a God, there is a God.
Amen.
Listen, my mom was going to the AME church. I don't know if your audience is familiar with the AME church, but my mom was attending that church. Well, I was too. And a lady in the church gave her a call and said to her, the AME church is giving out scholarships.
Oh, okay.
Fully paid scholarships, that is. And I want to know if you are interested in sending your daughter.
Okay.
Now get this. My mother didn't have a dime for me to come here to America. But listen, we got, because it was a last minute thing.
Okay.
Friends and family gathered up some funds, and I got here, and the rest is history. Like we say, full 4-year scholarship, didn't have to pay for nothing with the exception of books.
That's a blessing.
Yes.
That's a true
So that is how we, I got here. And I'm so thankful to that lady, because if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here, because my mom couldn't afford to pay for me to come to college. But being here is what cultivated where I am at now. So I'm thankful.
So let's talk about, so your first day at EW, what was it? How was it? What was that experience like? Your first day, what was that experience like?
Ooh, well, first of all, coming into an environment where you don't know anything about it can be challenging.
Right.
As I told you all earlier, during my sophomore year, I wanted to go home, but we'll talk about that a little bit more after I tell you how my first day was. Girl, I was causing trouble. I was one of the hardest girls on campus.
Oh,
okay.
Gosh.
I was Miss Freshman. When I say hardest, I mean, divalicious and all of that.
Yes.
That came with me, and I got that from my mom.
Yeah.
I was just, feeling out the campus, saying, I'm a friendly person, so I'm going to make friends.
Right.
I probably made a lot of friends the first day. Of course, there were other Bahamians there. Like my cousin was there and some other Bahamians. Girl, let me give you a joke. I started talking about one of the girls, not knowing it was her who I was talking about.
Oh gosh.
Sean, that was the first thing I said. Girl, my cousin was like, girl, we ain't need to be fighting. You just got here. So yeah, but I ain't like that. I mean, all of us, have ways about us that we had in the past, but I ain't like that no more. but girl, let me tell you, the boys, they're the ones that voted for me to become Miss Freshman.
Oh, that's good.
I ran against 10 other girls.
Oh, wow.
Well, let me tell you all a little something. Prior to me coming to the United States, a lot of people don't know this part about me, but I used to be in beauty pageants.
Okay.
The first time I didn't place in categories, but the other 2 times I was first runner up.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So what's in me, this has been in me from before I came to the United States. So I'm not surprised I'm at where I'm at now. But yeah.
So let's talk about it. What does beauty mean to you? What does beauty? Inside, outside? Most people think beauty is outside, but beauty is inside of wherever you create it. So what does beauty mean to you?
Beauty is your attitude. Listen, your attitude, if you can be the most beautiful person in the world, but if you don't have the right attitude, it'll present you as an ugly individual. Okay. Also, I would say, it's the way you carry yourself. Girls, I can be dressed like a bomb. Okay. But my confidence, and my smile. And when I walk in a room, I'm the shit. Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna command that attention.
Exactly. I'm gonna command that attention. I don't, like I say, a lot of people are not confident in who they are. And listen, beauty isn't about size. Okay. Let's get that out of our head. I don't care how you look. You can still be beautiful. Because like I said, I like to encourage people with their self-esteem. That's why I have this brand. Okay. I can see you in the store, dressed any kind of way, and you might not feel beautiful. By the time I'm done with you, you're gonna feel beautiful. That's right. Because that's how I am. That's the spirit within me. And beauty is also your spirit. Okay. What kind of spirit are you carrying? All of that's how I would define it.
And what kind of spirit do you give off?
Right.
Yeah. Some people don't give off that beauty spirit, even though, as women, we go through those times, the issues where I don't feel like myself, but I'm still going to put on and at least, be the best person that I can be. So
put on and show up.
You got to put on and show up.
What led you to write this book? So I have 2 books.
Okay.
So the first one is called All Hope Is Not Lost, and it's my life story from before I came here to after. After. And then the second one, and if you want to get any of these books that I'm going to tell you about, you can go on Amazon. The second one is called Pushing Towards Purpose. A lot of people don't know what's behind my smile. A lot of people don't quite know what's behind my fashion. But that book, All Hope Is Not Lost, that'll tell you everything you need to know about me.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So let's talk about now the brains. So what did you major in and what did you study in college?
So I majored in criminal justice.
Okay.
I wanted to become a police officer. That's what I wanted to do.
Okay.
And then when I was home in the Bahamas, I would watch so much forensic files and all of that. And that's what made me want to pursue criminal justice. But then when I got into the master's program, it switched to counseling. And actually, that is what I'm currently doing right now. Yeah. Yeah. And then also, I had completed 3 years of my doctoral degree. My mom is trying to convince me to finish it.
Yeah, you need to finish it out. I'm with you. You need to, because you're right there.
Yeah.
You're right there at the cusp. So 3 years.
I need to do it.
I need
you need to do it.
Yeah.
Because you're right there. You don't want to be like, I should have did it. Yeah. Because I see you as always being a person who seeks and thrills of knowledge and education.
Yes.
So I don't see you as being a person that stops. You might have a little stumbling block, a setback, or just a pause moment. But I see you as always being a person who seeks knowledge and wants to know more. So I see that in you. And like I said, your personality, your spirit is always beautiful. I never see you down. Even when I see you on Facebook, all your pictures, you are your brain.
Yes.
You like, if I've ever seen a walking billboard, she's a walking billboard.
Yes.
She has her Know Your Worth, the material, the fashion show.
Yeah.
So how did you come up with Know Your Worth?
So Know Your Worth is it's personal for me. I too didn't know my worth and I struggled with it. And from time to time, can I be real? Because we're being real on this round table. I still struggle with it. And let me give you an example. People take being kind for weakness.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have to let them know, hey, you see this beautiful face and this beautiful smile, but you're not going to try me like that.
That's to be interesting.
Yeah. And I'm getting better. I ain't quite all the way there, but I've come a long way. Yeah. I didn't know my worth. And then some of it came from relationships with men.
Yeah.
Bad choices. And all of us have been in that place or that space where we've dated people who weren't for us. They just were no good. And that goes for men and women. But then the Lord told me, even though I focus on relationships, he said, you got to go deeper in relationships. What about the jobs you work in? They need to know your worth too. You know, so, and I'm even dealing with that now. I love my job. I really, really do. And I work hard, but I just know that I'm worth more. And even with my brand, it's always going to be more, more. I'm not going to settle for less than I deserve. And my advice to the audience, do not settle for less than you deserve. Know your worth.
Let's talk about this nonprofit that you got going on.
So I haven't fully did my nonprofit yet, but I'm working on it. But I do a lot of things via my business. Know Your Worth apparel. I was telling Nikita, because she and I were Facebook friends. Every kid, I'm a therapist at a juvenile residential facility that houses 24 boys. They are there for various criminal activities that they've committed. When it's time for them to go home, I give them outfits for my business out of my pocket. No one gives me money to help me in that area. But those boys, they look forward to that. I've also given out scholarships through my business.
Yep.
I went to the Bahamas back in 2019 and I gave out 10.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, actually 11. Then here in Jacksonville, I gave out 2 or 3. So my goal is to continue that on. And that was out of my pocket. All of these things. And see, when your heart is in it,
Yeah.
you want to do it with or without help.
Yeah.
When your heart is in it.
So let me ask you about some challenges. What were some challenges that you had to deal with either personally and in your business or with your brand? What were some challenges?
Well, when I started my brand, I started it out of my pocket with the salary that I was making. And back then, I wasn't making any money. And can I tell you, my sister, because I have one sister, she told me, one biological sister that is, she said, sis, I don't think you need to move forward with building Know Your Worth because you can't afford it. I promise you, I think if I would have listened to my sister, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. I know she meant it in love, but a lot of times people say and mean things in love, but if God gave you the vision, you still have to carry it out.
Yeah.
Because he gave you the vision and not no one else. And people sometimes will discourage you and they mean well, but you have to know your no.
Yep.
And it's been challenging because I've had to use my own money. I am still not where I want to be financially with Know Your Worth. And I was telling Nikita, I feel a nudge to focus Know Your Worth more with young men and men. Because I recently came out with a new men's line and I think that's going to really pop off for me. And that's where my money is going to come from. Yeah. But yeah, not having to do things out of your pocket.
Yeah.
Like deal with your business and provide for your household.
Yeah.
It's very challenging. And I'm not going to lie, there have been moments when I ask myself, why are you doing this? You know, what's the purpose behind it? Because no one is helping you. And people talk a good game. And they will say they go help or whatever. But at the end of the day, you better make sure that you going to do what you need to do. Because like, for an example, I had 4 youths to go home. They left the program this week. That's 4 outfits I had to buy. Those kids look forward to it. Their parents would bring them clothes and they don't want to wear those clothes. They want to wear mine. And 2, when they go home in those outfits, they're going to remember.
Yeah.
Okay, our therapist blessed us with these outfits. And it's going to encourage them to know their worth by not participating in any further criminal activities. So I'm helping to cultivate the young men to make better decisions.
And we definitely thank you for that, because I think in our society and in times today, we overlook certain people, we overlook certain races, and I think we need to pour into our youth, whether it's the young, whether it's a male or female, our youth need to be poured back into. And Know Your Worth that statement by itself is just epic and powerful, because you don't know your worth when you're young. Even as an adult, you question your worth sometimes because of, like you said, relationships, situations, friendships with people. You question your worth. Now, in my mind, I got to say, if I don't believe I'm it, nobody else will. But sometimes you just, I like to say, sometimes I feel like I done lost my zhuzh. So I got to figure out how to get this zhuzh back. And we don't really pour into each other how we used to. So it's hard to find people to pour into you, because I said I want to be a blessing to someone other than myself. So I want my cup to be poured into, but I want my cup to overflow so I can pour into somebody else. So Know Your Worth. That's just a powerful statement. How did you come up with that statement? Know your worth.
So the truth be told, because people, they'll come to me and they'll say, oh, I see other people using Know Your Worth. Okay, first of all, I did research. We don't know where those 3 words came from. I just created it based off of my personal story. So, and I just have my own logo. So there are going to be other people out there doing the same thing, but they're not me. Always remember that. It doesn't matter. I'll say this to you too, because your other counterpart is not here. Just because 100 other people have podcasts, they still can't be like this.
Yeah, amen. Amen to that.
And that's the thing. You have confidence. Listen, nobody like yours.
Yep.
So my brand is set aside on its own. I am the brand, like she told you. I am. Every time you see me, it's going to be something about know your worth. So I'm not intimidated by who else is using those 3 words or what they are doing. Because I had somebody to call me. They was like, sis, I see other people using know your worth. Okay, that's fine. I got my personal logo and everything else to go with it.
That's your assignment.
Because that's me. That's my assignment.
That's your assignment.
Yeah, it don't matter if 10 other people have the same assignment. I just know mine is different.
And I know when I see know your worth, I say, oh, I know who that is automatically.
Yeah.
Because you have your gowns, you have your suits. I mean, she has know your worth down, and it's just beautiful and iconic because it's you. When you put it on, it's know your worth. And I know your worth because your logo is authentically you. It's not like anybody else's. So my next question is, what kind of advice would you give someone who maybe wanted to start their own brand or their own logo? What kind of advice would you give them?
Well, first of all, you have to be confident in who you are. Because like I told you all earlier, people are going to discourage you. But if you know God gave you an assignment, first of all, when God had a conversation with you about your assignment, these are the people wasn't in the room.
Exactly.
So, and you got to be consistent. Consistency is everything. First of all, if I wasn't a consistent person, you wouldn't call me to come on the show. Okay? And don't make it about money, because God will send you the help you need. Let me be for real. I don't have a team right now. The team is me.
Yeah.
All those fashion shows that you see me do, I do those things on my own. I shop for the clothes. I load it into wherever we're going in my vehicle. I take them out. Like I had a fashion show last weekend and I did those things by myself. I got to make sure the models are all together. It's a lot. It's a lot. And if you are not ready to work hard, then this is not something you would want to get into. And you're going to have restless nights. You're going to have nights and days of questioning yourself as to why am I doing this? Because I'm not seeing the fruits of my labor. But listen, I truly believe that in due season, you shall reap whatever it is that you sow it. So that's my encouragement to people who want to start a brand. Do it. Just do it.
What you think will be your next project?
So actually, I am writing another book with the boys at my facility. So we're going to put a book out there where we're going to encourage other youths on how not to make bad decisions. And my goal is to have it in all of the schools. Probably worldwide. Now the names are going to be their names are not going to be in that book because of for privacy purposes. They'll probably be like their initials. So and I want to become a consultant too for going to the schools to talk about, the bad short decisions that a lot of the youths who I work with have made. Now, this ain't my first time working with youths. I was working with youths back in 2000 when it was a level 8 program at I work at the P Farm.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was a level 8. So I've been in this. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. A lot of people like to say that things aren't their problem, but the youths are our problem. Because you do not want a youth coming out of a program and committing a crime against you. So you need people like me, like you and you, to help to cultivate these kids on how they can make better decisions and not keep going into the cycles of criminal activities. So that's what I see myself doing too, is becoming a consultant and writing books to help other youths.
Okay. So what do you have for Know Your Worth? What's your next goal, or what's something that you have planned for Know Your Worth? What's the next step for you?
I'm working towards going to the New York fashion show.
Okay.
Listen, listen. This with God, nothing is impossible.
That's right.
Exactly.
All things are possible to them who believe.
Yep.
I believe in me and I believe in my brand. So yeah, the New York fashion show and whatever other high fashion shows out there, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
So now, what do you say continues to motivate and inspire you? What still motivates and inspires you?
That one day I'm going to be a multi-millionaire.
Oh, yeah.
And
I'm not mad.
Yeah. But here's the thing. I do not want to be a multi-millionaire to be selfish. I want to be a multi-millionaire to help others. So that's the thing. It's not about me.
Right.
It's about others. That's my drive on being a multi-millionaire, not for Latanya's selfish gain,
Right.
but to help others. Because it takes money to help others. You all know that from what I'm doing right now. It costs.
Yes.
So what would you like for your legacy? What do you want your legacy to be as far as know your worth or Latanya? What do you want your legacy?
So I want people to know that regardless of their upbringing, well, let me talk a little bit of that for about 1 minute. When I was in the Bahamas, there were other people, and you all might have experienced this, there were people within my community who looked at other people. They put them on a pedestal and looked at me as if I was nothing. Okay. So one of the things I want to leave, whenever I leave this earth, whenever that being, and I pray that's going to be a long, long time for people to understand that it doesn't matter who don't think that you're worthy of having something or having the best. You're worthy.
Yep.
Because why? First of all, why are you worthy? Because God made me worthy. And who are you to say otherwise? Yeah. So that's the next. I want people to feel it, not just know it, to feel it and to believe it and to conceive it. Yeah. So that's my legacy. That's what I want to be known as, the person who went out there and encouraged people and empowered people and inspired people.
So now, if anybody wants to get this Know Your Worth apparel, where can they find you at?
So I do have a website right now. It's called shopknowyourworth.com, but I'm probably going to get rid of that website and create a new one because I need to also add the men's line.
Okay.
But for now, you can find me on Instagram at Know Your Worth Enterprises or my Facebook page, Latanya Bahamian Beauty Maynard. I have a Know Your Worth Ministries Facebook page, but for some reason I can't get into that, so I might have to create a new one. But if you want to get any of my merchandise, those are the ways of finding me.
All right. So now we have Miss Latanya Maynard, Brains, Beauty, and a Brand. So she gave us the information. She gave us the rundown. She gave us her experience of Know Your Worth. We definitely thank you. And we appreciate you because everyone needs to feel their worth. Everyone needs to know their worth. And we have women like you who inspire, who encourage, who believe and support in other women and just people to know your worth. So Know Your Worth can be for men, women, boys, and girls, because I think even little children need to know their worth. Because if you start young, when they get older, they'll have positivity in their life and they'll expect good things and they'll do good things and they'll be good people in society. So again, we want to thank you, Miss Know Your Worth.
Yes.
Brains, Beauty, and Brand.
Yes.
She is definitely a walking billboard. This was SpicyRedd. I am Ladybug, and this was Divas of the Round Table. Thank you. Stay tuned, like, share, and subscribe. And Nikki Nicole, we miss you, but we got you, girl. Love y'all. Be good. Have a good evening.